Okay, so today we are playing Doki Literature Club. Um, I don't really know anything about it. This game was recommended to me by a friend. Um, as I was starting the game up, it did have a whole bunch of warnings, like people who are easily disturbed, do not play this. I thought this was like a dating simulator. I still do. I'm thinking maybe it just has some weird stuff in it. So if you're easily disturbed, don't watch. But let's get into the game, I guess. Let's go. Okay. New game. Please enter your name. Who do I want to be? Do I have to be a man or can I be a woman? I guess I'm gonna pick my fiance's name just so the name comes more naturally. So whenever I'm reading, it just, it's like word vomit. Okay. Hey! Okay, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? I had many friends like that, trust me. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. Check on your friends. I used to do that too, and I was like, not in a good mental state. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Wow, rude. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I almost slept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jody. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Wow, this dude is kind of a dude. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Shoot me after this. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Jody, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any club. Blah. Not a good reader. Sorry. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, but in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about, Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Weeb! I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What is a NEET? Definition on screen now. Help me. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such carefree girl? 'Cause you love her? Potential love interest? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Right. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. Oh, you don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Yeah, maybe. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Whew, now we're getting into it. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. I mean, anime, literature, they kind of go hand in hand, so... Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki? Natsuki. Whatever. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. And don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Me. Relatable. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me... Oh, wait. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Oh, what should her accent be? I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Oh god, I don't know what she should sound like. Seriously? You brought a boy? I sound like a 12-year-old that's been smoking cigarettes all its life. Way to kill the atmosphere. Jody, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of an incredibly cute girls. Oh, what score? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, just say it. Sorry. That's Doki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I didn't recognize. Her smaller figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear. Oh, I said it loudly. Then turns back toward the other girls. I gotta remember voices. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest one in the club. Don't say things like that. God, I'm so sorry. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Jody. Monica smiles sweetly. His green eyes are a man killer. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Jody. I'm getting all the voices mixed up. I'm so sorry. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make you some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs the wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little kitty cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh, that's so cute! So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around and my finger is looking for the best angle to take a bite. It's always that first decision in biting into it. I usually lick the icing off first, and then I eat it. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What? Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set. Oh wait, wrong person. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry about it. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. You're just trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Hold on. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Something about me don't trust this bitch. I don't know if it's... I don't know. As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everybody. Monika, I'm impressed. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people here are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it comes to, especially whenever it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we all really grow this club I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everybody? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Jody, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half-jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I was the same way in school. Fuck people, books, yeah. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I think I'm losing the accent. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. If only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sayori sighs, siddles. Is that supposed to be slides? Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulder. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We stood in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri looked puzzled at Monika. Puzzlingly, whatever. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us all to get a little more comfortable with each other and straighten the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jody? Monica smiles warmingly at me once again. Something about me don't trust her. I don't know. Hold on, there's still one problem. Oh, what is that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought, Jody. Oh, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. I'm writing poems. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. Oh, wait. Okay, everybody. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everybody remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jody, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I don't like her. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my Medicore writing skills? Oh. I'm burping. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean their food. Hey, Jody! Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I actually get to write the poem! Okay. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, who do we like? I think it's kind of weird it's not letting us romance Monica. But I guess because she's like the queen bitch, she might come later. Sayori, she's cute. I don't want to ruin our friendship. We have a good friendship going on. Natsuki, she's just too small. Like, I couldn't get past that. So I'm gonna go for Yuri. She's really into horror, I remember her saying. So... anxiety. Yes! Depression! No, is it frightening? Nah, fuck! Suicide. What does that word mean? Whatever it was, it worked. Hopeless. Agonizing. Yeah. Parfait. Boot. Hurt. Fatality. Oh my god. Massacre. Tragedy. Cave? Contamination. Incongruent? Yes. Yes. Doki. No, that's probably for Natsuki. Unrequited. Tenacious D. Yeah. Why is this like harder for me than what it really should be? I don't know. And some people. Enemy. I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm working on it. Death. What? I thought death was Yuri's thing. Disaster. I don't know. Yes. Despise. Melody, second broken heart. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. I don't know. Wrath. Yes! Okay, I picked the right one. Cool. Hi again, Jody. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry about it. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jody. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it, oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. See, that's why I didn't fucking pick you, Natsuki. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, you guys. Jody always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. how dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. It almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Jody can become friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. What? Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. Oh, that one didn't come out good. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want me to. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her big bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? So cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. A few. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica have a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Well, let's go see what she's doing, I guess. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri for a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so, that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened by two of them, that's all. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear that. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and a relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Oh, well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Patriot of Markov. There is an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by those people who escape a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. You know, Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jody? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. We wrote a whole poem about it last night. How did you forget? Men. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy. I hope I said that right. That they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again, I'm sorry. Oh, saw that? Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fuel my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please, stop me if I start talking too much. That's, I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. That's the least I can do as listener. It's the literature club after all. I mean, yeah. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah! Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just, Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to, sorry. I mean, here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Ooh. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, look at us next to each other. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. Oh, that's my arm. Okay. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddling even closer together than before. Ooh! We're gonna get the girl, y'all. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page! Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. My eyes. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Ooh. Book turning, page turning, hands, bodies next to each other. Intimate. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Jody, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that she's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. No! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Isn't that right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not, it's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. Good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can really see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri's reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, so I've been filming for almost an hour, so I think this is where I'm gonna stop for part 1. I'm really interested in this game so far. It's piqued my interest. There's a couple of, well, I say a couple, there's someone that I do not trust in this club, but you know, it's whatever. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut it off here for now. I'll probably continue on tomorrow. I have all the time in the world tomorrow to finish this game, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. But until then, thank you for watching. I am Heidi, aka the Harpy Queen, or vice versa. I don't care what you call me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.